Hey guys, Councillor Lisa Robinson here, and I need to speak directly to you, not as a politician, not as a Canadian, but as a human being. Because at the end of the day, this is about morals, about right and wrong, about the line between disagreement and dehumanization, and what happens when our leaders and our media cross that line. Recently, I shared a post about an alleged death threat. This was not a small matter. This was about a councillor threatening to kill a man, kill his wife, and have her sexually assaulted if he runs in the next municipal election. And how did our mayor, Kevin Ashe, respond? On my own Facebook post, the mayor of Pickering wrote, "Councillor Lisa Robinson, the arsonist whose house is on fire." End of quote. That is not leadership. It's reckless and it's dangerous. By saying this, the mayor implied that if anything happens to me, if I am threatened, if I am harmed, me or my family, it is somehow my fault. That is victim blaming. That is putting a target on my back. And more than that, his words incite violence. They encourage those who would harm me by signaling that he would stand with them and say, "I brought it upon myself." And it doesn't stop there. Notice what the mayor didn't do. He never condemned the death threats or the threats of rape on that post. Just like he never spoke up when I told him about the violent threats I personally received, the sexual harassment, the psychological harassment, the ongoing intimidation from a male member on my own council. He stayed silent then, and now he mocks me publicly. This is not just bias, this is prejudice. This is a betrayal of his oath of office and a direct danger to my and my family's safety. And it's not just happening here in Pickering. For the last 5 years, Canadians and people across the Western world have been fed a steady diet of hate and division. During COVID, our own Prime Minister went on national television and asked, "How long will we tolerate these people?"
Hésiter un petit peu, on va continuer d'essayer de les convaincre, mais il y a aussi des gens qui sont farouchement opposés à la vaccination.
Qui sont extrémistes.
Qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi. C'est un petit groupe, mais qui prend de la place. Et là, il faut faire un choix en tant que leader, en tant que pays. Est-ce qu'on tolère?
Imagine hearing that from your own leader, that you are no longer a citizen, but a problem to be tolerated. The media ran with it every single day since. The government-funded outlets have labeled anyone who dares to speak differently as dangerous, fascist, racist, white supremacists, Nazis, far-right extremists. Never just neighbors, never just people with another opinion. Always enemies, always being the monster. And when you repeat that kind of language day after day, year after year, what do you think happens? The answer is violence. And look at what just happened. Charlie Kirk has been murdered. And what drove that climate? Years of politicians and media telling the world that people like him were dangerous, they're evil Nazis, wishing death on people, mocking, smearing, dehumanizing, until someone finally pulled the trigger. This is not a coincidence. This is a direct consequence of years of normalized hate. And it's happening here too. In Pickering, our own council has smeared myself and residents as being racist, homophobic, transphobic, Nazis, alt-right, even nutcases. They posted a propaganda video of a town hall meeting calling them these hateful names, effectively painting targets on their backs while strategically removing their friends and their families that were there in attendance. And now when threats of murder and sexual assault surface, our mayor mocks it instead of condemning it. When I came forward with my own experiences of violent threats and harassment, he ignored it. And today his words incite violence by telling the public if something happens to me, it's my own fault. That is not leadership, that is incitement, that is dangerous, and it puts people's lives at risk. So let me be clear. Politicians and media who dehumanize people have blood on their hands. They may not fire the gun, but they create the climate where someone else does. They may not make the threat, but their words incite those who will. They soak the ground in gasoline and then act surprised when it explodes. Words are not harmless. Words create culture. And when leaders and media teach us that people with different opinions are monsters, what follows is hate, division, and blood. We are there now. This will only end when we finally say enough, when we demand leaders who unite instead of divide, media that tells the truth instead of dehumanizing, and a culture where disagreement is not punished with violence. Because if we don't, we will see more blood, and it will not be an accident. It will be the predictable outcome of words that kill and leaders who incite them. I am Councillor Lisa Robinson, the People's Councillor, and I will never whisper the truth to protect a lie. If you believe real power belongs to the people, follow me, subscribe, and please share this message and stand with us. Until next time, stand strong, stay fierce, and may God bless Charlie Kirk's family and each and every one of you.